It's your boy James with the Stop Being Dirty, Stop Being Canceled. I just want to make a quick message today before we get started and say, smile more. That shit goes a real long way for other people and for yourself. Having good energy, giving out good energy. See, they say if you get back what you put out. And I think in a lot of ways that's true. Especially in the sense that you might, the underlining meaning, which is when you give out good energy, it's not only about that automatically good energy comes to you, but when you're carrying yourself with good energy, you'll understand what you deserve to have around you. See, when you have bad energy, these bad omens, these bad bad vibes, you'll tend to accept that same kind of shit in your life. But if you're positive, if you're happy, if you're trusting the process, and if you're understanding what you deserve and understanding that you deserve happiness and understand that you're striving to be better and have a more joyful spirit, you'll only allow those kind of people and that kind of energy around you. So at the end, easy to block. Was that easy to block? Oh my God. So, I don't know how to, I'm trying to get more creative with titles. What? EAZY's drunk off that Remy. The rise and the fall of the captain. It's so dramatic. Well, he could go with that. What I mean by rise and fall of the captain is the rise of EAZY the Block Captain. If you think about it, it really happened fast. And this is not for the people who's gonna be like, oh, what are you talking about? He's been in the game for all these years and then he blew up. Yes, granted. But he didn't fucking exist prior to his blow up. It's not like, yo, anyone was asking for him. Yo, did you see this guy over in Philly? Or did you see this guy that had this RBE battle because he had one of those? Or that he had a breakout performance over here and someone needs to pick him up? Did you see this prospect? No. Motherfucker had one breakthrough performance and he took off after that. And on that rise, things happened quickly. Became the face of URL for a minute, the most talked about for a minute, the highest stock rise for a minute. Then you want to add in the fact that, you know, even before the Remy and all that, like his paycheck went up crazy. I mean, he learned how to dress from battle rap. Like he's just like, you know, somewhat kind of, not really, but like he's less dirty looking. Got himself a few little trinklets. He got the Fresh Prince. I never watched this show, but that's dope for him. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. Remy Ma, the home record situation. A lot of things happen quickly for him. Like what I'm trying to say is, in a sense, I could, and this is not me trying to come off any way of saying, I've always been like in the cool crowd. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, being a fat fuck, by default, everyone likes you because you're funny. So people gravitate towards that. You know what I'm saying? I was in a couple of different high schools. Always have friends in there. You know what I'm saying? The guy didn't, sold my little here and there. Like in that sense too. Like I was accepted to be able to have a pack on the block. You know what I'm saying? I never had to be so extra. All I'm trying to say, I was always good with women. Again, with the funny thing, funny goes so far. Like literally, my pussy weight went down when I started getting muscles and shit. Like down. Like everyone knows, there's nothing funny about like a muscular guy and shit. Like if you're like fat and funny, that goes together. Like, oh, you're just like kind of in shape and funny. Like fuck you, right? So like, but what I'm saying is, a lot of this shit came fast with EAZY. You could tell that he don't know how to handle a lot of it. Because he don't handle these situations like somebody I feel like been through certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit can just stick out like a sore thumb, that you ain't never been through this, you never had this, all new for you. And we're seeing the reactions towards it. Like he ain't even used to like the negativity on his battles. You know what I'm saying? He's over here having rants and complaining about this blogger saying he lost that. Who gives a fuck? Like that's really weird. And saying people love to hate you. Dude, you're one of the most loved people in battle rap. Like, until you did some dirty home record shit, you know what I'm saying? You deserve to be slighted. Now, I'm not really on some, I feel like, don't hate the player, hate the game. It is what it is. Men are dogs in that sense. Do you? But I mean, it's just like, that was a dirty situation and you look dirty in it. So at the end of the day, a lot of people ain't going to respect that. You know what I mean? So it's not respectable. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and it's not even like, I don't even want to diss, but I mean, Remy look good, but it's not, I don't know. Listen, I'm not even going to go that route. It's just dirty. And you got bagged with that. You know, people didn't really salute. Like, it never was a moment that was like, oh shit, EAZY's taking down Remy. It's kind of like, he's fucking Remy? Like, that's crazy. What about Pap? Like, people looked at it that way. You know what I'm saying? Papoose and Remy been around the hip hop game for years. And listen, dirty, right? And then you know, Papoose did the Papoose, Papoose with the tattoo on your jab through. You jab through on your Papoose, you know, and then you lied about it. You know what I'm saying? People can say, oh, but what about this? I stood on my shit. Anything that's ever happened to me in battle rap and in life, I stood on my shit. Y'all might not like how I say things. You might not like how I explain things, but I never lied about it. I get put out in front of the event. I put the footage out. They could suck my little blueprint and how we're gonna my master plan to let's try to get him and some dirty street nonsense fucking losers and scumbags, magma of life worms beneath my fucking feet. Don't even fuck. That's how I see things. Like fuck that shit happens. Got up, dusted it off, laughed about it. As far as in the sense of don't let that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't funny and like whatever had transpired. But what I'm just trying to say, I stood on mine. Same shit, fighting inside these, stood on my shit. Same shit here, it's always the same. Twitter, stood, y'all seen tweets in your life from a decade ago, stood on that. What I'm saying is that's a part of life, dude. But when you do something whack, and then you lie about this whack shit, you look whack. You did that to yourself, lying about the fight. Now suddenly, oh, I never said it didn't happen. I said I didn't get knocked out. All right, buddy. That shit's not honorable. That looks bad. Even the home record situation, that looks bad. Now you coming at bloggers because they're saying you lost battles. That looks bad. This all looks like you ain't never had no bad bitch before. You don't know how to, you never dealt with adversity before, and you never dealt with no real street shit before, because who gives a fuck about getting knocked out? It's honestly the best way to go about certain fights. You just wake up. It's like whatever happens in between that, you're asleep. You just kind of get up like, who the fuck did that? Cocksucker. Am I all right? I'm good? We good? All right, life goes on. Instead, it's like that didn't happen, and makeup artists and all this extra shit. What I'm saying is tighten up, homie. Tighten up. You still fire. You still got a league. Still got a brand. Still got a channel. Still possibly could get a dope battle with Tay-Rock. You're letting your emotions get to you, coming off like somebody who don't know how to handle the position they're in. And once that shit truly gets exposed, it's trouble. You're already on the debatable loss to John. The Geechee battle I got you losing. Now people are going to look at other battles. Did you lose to Hitman? Did you lose to Danny? Doing all that extra shit. I don't really get into all that. I feel like people need to focus on the good and continue to prosper on what they have going for them. But when you're nitpicking, bitching at this person and that person, saying you lost, you don't look good doing that. When you're trying to justify situations that end up coming out where you look crazy, you don't look good doing that. You know what I'm saying? You're coming at bloggers and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you talking about you about this and that. You know the person who put out that recording, go get that man. The person that recorded you, go get that man. These are things that you can really be upset about. But bloggers say you lost a battle, bro. You looking real sensitive. And you know, who gives a fuck about what I say, my advice? I get it. But I'm just saying, this is my opinion on it. These are my thoughts on it. Tighten up. Look at all the accomplishments that you done made. Focus on the accomplishments. Focus on the positive. Focus on building off the things that people fuck with you with. Because eventually, this all can be taken away from you. And in the grand scheme of things, this all, meaning battle rap popularity, in the grand scheme of life, already means nothing. It's one of the smallest entities. Some people don't even know who you are, who I am, who she is. So why not just maintain what you got going on here? Don't ruin it for things. Don't self-destruct. Or, who gives a shit what Jim says? Do what the fuck you want. That's my take on it. You win some, you lose some. Tighten up, kid. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Stop being dirty. Peace.